All right, guys, what's good? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. Um, in a few minutes, I think that the NBA Fever will be playing the Chicago Sky. As you already know from the last game, we are down Aari, McDonald, and um, Sick Colson. They out for the season. But nevertheless, I'm here anyway. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this game, so I'm gonna do my best to give y'all the best commentary I can. No matter what. I'm just going to, hang in there with y'all. You feel me? I know it's going to be rough because we definitely don't have Caitlin. But to me, I beg the question. A lot of people keep saying, I've been reading, a lot of people keep saying that maybe Caitlin's going to come back even quicker now because of what happened. No, that doesn't mean she's going to come back quicker. Because the fact of the matter is, why would you want to rush her progress of healing 100% because we down two people? That's up to management. That's up to the front office to figure out. Not rushing your star player back just because you want to see her play. Me personally, I'd rather her just sit out for the rest of the season. This season is pretty much gone. Unless they gonna sign some people that really can give this offense a boost, I don't see it happen. I know a lot of people kept saying, "Oh, bring in Kennedy Carter." Stephanie White is not about to bring her in there, and I don't think Caitlin Clark will approve of her being on the team. So that's something everybody needs to think about and understand that just because we down, we just get desperate and just start asking for all of these other players that don't even rock with Caitlin Clark. You see what happened with the DeWanna Bonner situation. Why would you want Kennedy Carter there? Yeah, because she could score. She's a bucket or whatever. It's what it is. Let the front office figure it out. Let them figure it out. They messed it up. They could fix it. So that's my take on it. Game will be starting in a few minutes. Y'all can welcome to join in. Y'all could give me your assessment, your thoughts, or whatever the case might be. What's going on, Jay Ali? And we went against the Sky without the point guard tonight. I'm going on a generational run of trolling Sky fans. Oh yeah, that would be really, really messed up if they do that. I think the FIBA is more than capable. I mean, even though what they have, they're more faster, athletic. I just don't want them to. This is my thing. I don't want. I want them to continue to. I want them to continue to play like they self, not trying to feel like, okay, I got to step up. I got to be the person. I know. Granted, I already know that Kelsey Mitchell is going to. She's going to do that. She's going to really trying to take um trying to put the team on her back and all that stuff. She don't have to do that. Just play within the team, move the ball around, let everybody get buckets. Find mismatches. I just don't. After watching her the last game and the last game against Phoenix, I'm just so over that point. Man, we need at least 50 points between AB and not the way they've been playing. I can't see them getting 50 points between them. I don't even think Aliyah Boston scored over 20 points this season yet. I may be wrong, but I don't even think she scored over 20 points this season at all. And now Kelsey Mitchell she hit a slump. I was just reading something on X by Coalition posted up, and Caitlin Clark was talking about how Stephanie White got mad at her because she had two turnovers, and then it was a fast break that Caitlin wanted to give to Kelsey Mitchell, which it would have been a good pass because all she had to do is leave Mitchell and Mitchell could have scooped it up. But Caitlin got benched because of the two turnovers early in the game, and Stephanie White told her that was a learning moment. And I was like, okay, but y'all was beating, and y'all still was in the game. My thing is this here. You never pull Kelsey Mitchell, and she done had some worse games than Caitlin Clark, and you never bench her, but you encourage her to continue to go out there and shoot until you know her arm fall off. That's crazy. That don't even make sense to me. To be fair, we only need to score 70 to win. True, yeah. The Sky don't even. I mean, really, the Sky don't even score. They don't even score. And I agree with you on that. We only need 70. Heck, I'll take 75. Oh my God, they got Don Staley up there and Renee Montgomery. Oh, I just don't like Renee Montgomery. Well, I thought they said tip off at 8:25. Yeah, I can't stand Renee Montgomery too. She's just so over the top to me. She tried too hard to act like she hip. She ain't Stephen A. Smith. She never beat Stuart Jackson, and she ain't. I mean, nobody. Her commentary is whack. I like me personally. I like Candace Parker, her takes and stuff like that. She's a good commentary. This gonna be one interesting game. I can tell you this right now. Well, hold on, guys. I gotta switch glasses. What's up, Shallow? Marty DBT asks, the Ben Daniels podcast asks, what we fans thought CC should do. Well, I mean, to answer that question for Ben Daniels, me personally, me personally, she does not need to play this year. I don't care what they may think. I was saying this in the beginning. This is up to the front office. The front office needs to figure out what they need to do, what steps they need to do. If they trying to be a playoff team, then find pieces that's going to complement the team to make that playoff run, continue that playoff run. Don't just to get people, pick up people just because fans crying for this person. I see so many people out here asking for Kennedy Carter. I don't care about her basketball skill. I don't care about that. I don't care if she can score. I care about how Caitlin Clark is going to feel. You know what I'm saying? And the front office going to try to woo her, convince her, oh, Kenny Connor going to be good. We already know Kenny Connor is an unhinged player. We don't need that. I say she should sit out and demand a trade if White. Yeah, I agree with you, Shallow. I agree with you. To me, because I think Caitlin Clark should sit out the rest of the season, evaluate this whole season, and just tell them front office say, "Hey, I want to trade. It's either me or Stephanie White. Get Stephanie White out of there." I put a post. I put a post on X today, and this is what I said. I'm gonna read it to y'all. I put a post on X today, and this is what I said. I said this. I said, remember last year, Christy Size was on the hot seat for how she was treating Caitlyn. Then everybody was calling for her to be fired. And this year, we haven't heard the same outcry for Stephanie White, who I think is wrong. We need to hold her feet to the fire just like we did Christy Size. And I that's my take on it. I feel that we need to hold her accountable. We need to hold her accountable. I think there is not enough stir about firing firing Stephanie White. I think we kept giving Stephanie White pass after pass. We already see her. She doesn't want Caitlyn to play her game. We already see her done bench Caitlyn, but she won't do that to nobody else. Tasha Howard don't play bad. She never got benched. Sophie gets hot. She don't pass the ball to her. Caitlyn gets hot. She doesn't pass the ball back to her. But she allowed Aliyah Boston can't even get in a rhythm. Aliyah Boston probably ain't even had a 20-point game this year. And then you get you get a person like Chloe Bibby in and you don't even utilize her. Now you ain't got no choice but to utilize her because you down two guards that got hurt. And then after that, on top of that, on everything else, Kelsey Mitchell get to do whatever she wants to do on the team. Take a bad shot, make bad passes, or nothing. There's a reason why the NBA hired Candace Parker for commentary. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Mm. All right. There you go. I have to change that layout real quick. I ain't like that. If memory serves me, Joy had a couple of coaches fire. Yeah. Well, guess what? When he came, Magic Johnson did the same thing. When Magic Johnson came and he wanted to run, and they didn't want the Magic to run and be all flashy. And he had that coach. He asked for a trade, and the next season in the off season they fired a coach, and then they hired Pat Riley in there. And then Michael Jordan, Doug Collins was the coach for Michael Jordan. I don't know who the coach before then, whatever. But Doug Collins got fired. You know what I'm saying? And then Phil Jackson came in. But people think that Phil Jackson was the architect behind the triangle offense, which it wasn't. It was Tex Winters who was the architect for that. And he put that in place. So, and that's why Winters was so crucial in doing championship run, the way he architect the triangle offense. So yeah, Jordan did have some people up out of there. And that's what, to me, that's what Caitlyn need to do. She need to go in there. She need to go in there, and she need to, in the off season. She needs to tell them, so like, look, I don't want to play for her no more. She already. If y'all listen, I hope y'all got a chance to listen to Sue Bird podcast with Caitlin Clark on there. I do have a few videos off of that that's coming, and one of them she was talking about how Lisa Bluter let her play her style of basketball at Iowa, and how everybody IQ, even if your IQ was great, you were still able to connect and get and be accountable for what you do. And people keep saying, well, that style of basketball won't translate into the W. It, if you get the right coach that know how to coach that philosophy, it can translate. You think the LA Sparks running or the Valkyries running is by an accident? Starting lineup for the Fever: Kelsey, Lexi, Sophie, Howard, and Boston. And then they got Ariel Atkins, Rachel Bannon. I mean, that front for Chicago is pretty good, but it's going to depends on what we do off the bench. So, so I feel like at the end of the day, offense you could implement a great offense long as you get high IQ players around that person to take off. But I don't know. With this starting lineup, it's a little bit more size. You don't have a smaller Aari McDonald on the floor with Kelsey Mitchell. I think that's what been kind of like hurting the Fever a little bit. You had too many small. Oh, nice. Hey, that should have been a foul. There ain't no foul on that. Marty, I feel like Washington is a sleeper team that could be great. And you see all them draft picks they got, but you see the draft picks that Washington got. Washington has set themselves up for the future. The Fever haven't done that. The Fever haven't done that. The Fever haven't done that. That's why I keep telling people, I say this offseason, they should have never ever got veterans. They should have used them draft picks. They should have drafted some young players, build around Caitlin Clark, got some really good young players. They had, to me, I feel like if you was getting people off the team for last year, then you should have found a way to build around that team. Why is Howard shooting a three? That's dumb. That's dumb, man. So dumb. And she can't pass. Oh my gosh. The, the money ball approach is what they need now. Yeah. And you gotta think, the Washington Mystics been competitive throughout their franchise history. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like at the end of the day, mm, this team got a they got I gotta pull up the scoreboard for y'all real quick. So right now the Fever are down two. See, the one thing about this Fever team, Mitchell and Howard, they don't. That should have been a foul. I don't know why this. Let me see something because it's okay. It's so fuzzy on CBS right now. Let me see something real quick. This is not working right now. Why is there always a seat between CC and teammates? I don't know. You know what? That's a good question. Maybe she don't want nobody to sit by her. By her, I think that's AB seat though. I think that's a Leo Boston seat. Leo Boston always sits there. I think that's what it is. I think a Leo Boston always sits there. Mm-mm. Chloe Bibby in the game. Oh, I guess this ain't working. I'm, I tell you one thing. One thing I can say, Mitchell, she ain't gonna stop shooting. Mm. Oh man. Mm. I'm trying to. The CBA should have a pay structure that rewards performances. I work a job for over 15 years where you get paid for. And so, yeah, I agree. I think they need to. I think they need to have that in there because I just feel like they want too much. They want too much, and some of these performances is really bad. Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I want Bibby to catch a fire. It's going to take a minute. She done been on the bench so long for being ice cold. Mitchell, oh my God, Mitchell in that behind the pack stuff it just be killing me. She be killing me. Lexi Hall finally hits a three. I can't. Oh, she almost pull it. Baby almost hit that though. Yeah, I'm trying to refresh my thing so I could get at. This is the kind of game that Lexi could probably break out her slump in because the fact of the matter is she doesn't have to worry about another point guard. She knows that like if you have somebody like Sophie on the in the game, she'll get the ball. Finally, yep, Lexi needed that. Yeah, she will. Shall mm, yes, both of them long as coach. Don't bench. Well, they can't afford to bench him. Really being honest, now they ain't got nobody. Yeah, ain't much still on the bench to pull right now. Yeah. Mm. And this, like I said, this is the kind of game Lexi would need. She'll need a game like this where she ain't got to worry about. She so much defensive a defense assignment where she don't have to worry so much about guarding the best player on the floor. And sometimes it could take a toll on you, spending so much energy on defense where when you do get the opportunity to shoot, you in a bad funk. But this kind of game right here, she don't need to. To be honest with you, the Fever got the Wings, the Mystics, the Sun before they play the Lynx. Depends on what they do after this game, who they're gonna bring in, or they're gonna bring in two more people or waive somebody. The Wings, Mystics, the Mystics gonna be tough, but they could beat them. They could beat the Sun too. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Sun just acquired what's the name over there, then you ain't got to worry about. That's the game you ain't got to worry about J.C. Sheldon. You just have to worry about her on the Mystics. So I just think that whoever the Fever bring in or what their plan is after that, I just think that the Wings, Mystics, and Sun game, they should win that. They should win them three games. Should now. Should. I think KK coming in the game. Yeah. I think KK coming in the game. I think KK will get better opportunities. I would love to see KK be more of a scorer. And speaking of KK, she's coming in the game. KK is coming in. Sophie's coming back in. But to be honest with you, the front office messed this up for them guys. They messed it up. I'm trying to get this. By AT&T. How about the Indiana Fever? Rising over the last 4 seasons, of course. Kelsey Mitchell being drafted. Aliyah Boston certainly helps the cause to get to 13 wins. Then things go dynamite when Caitlin Clark arrives in the town. And they're already at 17 wins with 12 regular season games remaining in the first year underneath head coach Stephanie White. And look at the three players that really stepped off the floor. Sophie got him 5 straight games with 12 plus points. I don't, I don't even know what is going on with Leah Boston, man. I don't really know. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't even know what's going on with her. She just be missing just to be missing. We could have got Maddie West, Bill. I wonder this off season, once they get the CBA settled or whatever, I wonder what this front office is going to do differently. Yeah, I wonder what she's going to do. They're going to do differently that they didn't do this year. I'm kind of behind right now. It's 25. It's 25-16. The end of the first quarter, but I'm still behind a few seconds. I'm gonna see if I can I like Cardozo. Yeah. Mm. I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see if I can move something real quick. See if I can get out of here real quick. Mm. Dang it. I'm trying to. I know it's. I know that she is possibly worried about her fouls. We can't afford fouling out. No bench. No to pull from. Yeah, it seems her confidence and Lexi's goes down when. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand, and that's all on Stephanie White and the coaching staff. Me personally, they brought Keith Porter in. They brought Keith Porter in, but I still don't see what he's been doing. I just that's just me personal. I just don't see it. I don't know what's going on. Why this team seems like they can't really get it get it together per se. So I don't know. I just I I feel like they should be able to like, hey, okay, okay, there we go. All right, cool. Now I got it now. Whew. I had to start of the second quarter now. Mm. Well, that was a. Mm. It got right now they on. You got KK, Mitchell, Sophie, Bibby, and Dantas on the floor. Mitchell got to throw the. She got to throw the ball to lead Bibby. She can't. She's throwing the ball like, you know what I'm saying. You can't. You got to lead her. You can't just throw it where it's um like she can't get it because the player's right there. Elizabeth Williams can't even get no ball because KK got her guarded. Hey, she do not pass the ball, man. You got two 3-point shooters on the floor, and she still don't pass. That's why she get nicked up and hurt. Yeah, let's see her Turner get some time. She hasn't up to this point, yeah, except for the last game, and it was by desperation. So we'll see. Mm-mm. Well, like normal, Lexi hits a three, and 2 plays later, she gets pulled. Yep, yep, yep. You're right about that. I see Eric McDonald on the bench. Tisha could take Westbell all day. They had let Kelsey become a cancer to. Oh man, ooh, get up! Did you just say that? Did you just say that, man? Get up just said they have let Kelsey become a cancer to this franchise. Ooh, bro, you have given me a topic for tomorrow. Something I could ponder on. Something I could sit back and like really put something together in a video. That's an excellent point right there. Because I don't think nobody really sat back and think about Kelsey Mitchell being a cancer to this team. We could talk about all her scoring and all that, how her and Cece was the best backcourt last year. But what has she done this year? Ever since Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner had came on his team, she she has shown that she moved away from being close to Caitlyn and more close to DeWanna. Now DeWanna's gone, more close to Sid. Even though Sid and Caitlyn has a good thing, but she's more close to Natasha Howard. I That's something, and a lot of people probably ain't really picked up on that or paid attention to. Oh, no, I love Dante's fadeaway spin, man. I love that. I love it. I got one thing I do love about Vivi. She can get them steals. She shoots the gap really good to get them steals. Dante's got that Derek Nowitzki fadeaway. Oh, so pretty. That's a late whistle on Vivi. That is a late whistle. These referees a joke, man. Yeah, exactly. Shallow. Her family did prove that. It's depressing when you look up the years. on the team and just what she has done to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And see, that is one particular thing that people have to realize. If you look at Kelsey Mitchell being there, she only knows how to play one way. She don't assist. She doesn't get rebounds. She don't care who's on the court. It could be two wide open people on the side on the to her, and she definitely is. Oh, Bibby. Oh, I love Sophie distributing the ball because she's looking for Lexi and she's looking for Dante. She's looking for Bibby. I like that. That's how your point guard's supposed to do. Look for the open shooters. Give them opportunity to shoot the ball, even if they're missing, but then turn around and crash the board at the same time. Now, just say for instance, guys, if Caitlin was playing, you just Bibby doing wouldn't have been missing on shots like that. They wouldn't have to rush their shot because all the gravity Caitlin brings would have been to her, and they would have had better looks to shoot. It's a 5 point game, but it don't even seem like it. Erica, mm, mm. So yeah, so that's why I mean I get up. I had to go back. I got to go back to your comment early because that's something to right there to think about because people be like, well, Kelsey has scored, she had lead the team and did this and that and all that. It's all fine and good, but at the same time, you, I just don't see the same connection between her and Caitlyn this year. I don't see that at all. When she signed and Caitlyn was there to greet her, that was probably about it. In training camp, that was about it. But once the season started, I just don't see Kelsey and Caitlyn chemistry like it was. Now we can sit here and say, well, Caitlyn hasn't played. They ain't had a chance to develop chemistry. But still, I look at how Caitlyn and Aliyah Boston are on the sideline. I look how Caitlyn and Sid Colson is on the sideline. I look at her how she with Lexi, how she with Sophie. Natasha Howard, Caitlyn tried to, be with Natasha Howard, but Natasha Howard seems still to me, she still seems very, very selfish and seem like Kelsey Mitchell gravitates towards her more than anybody else. And you don't know what Natasha Howard is feeding Kelsey in her head behind the scenes. We don't know what, and then you don't know what the front office told Kelsey Mitchell. Say, hey, yeah, you've been here longer than Caitlyn has. This is your team this year. We're gonna rally around you. You gonna get the accolades. It's not gonna be about Caitlyn. It's gonna be about you. You don't know what this front office been saying. You don't know what Stephanie White is saying. This is why if you look at how Stephanie White treats Caitlyn and versus how Stephanie White treats Kelsey Mitchell, it's totally different. Kelsey Mitchell has free will to shoot the ball. I don't care if I don't even care if Kelsey Mitchell went 0 and 67 from the field. That's I'm being sarcastic right there, but you know what I'm getting at. Stephanie White ain't gonna say nothing to her, but I can tell you what. I bet you if it was Chrissy Sides, she'll get benched. That's the difference. No accountability. Charlotte said it sounds like a factory situation. Seniority being used by Kelsey Mitchell and how yeah, it is. If you really pinpoint and look at it, they favor the veterans over the second and third year rookies. You know what I'm saying? Aliyah Boston. They say everything right about Aliyah Boston. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You look at Aliyah Boston, her numbers ain't really. I mean, yeah, she getting double doubles in the game, but guess what? You think about this. You know what I'm saying? Look at Kelsey. If you look at Kelsey Mitchell and Bree Turner on the sideline talking to each other, I just think I don't care what nobody say. I think there's a lot of friction behind the scenes in this locker room. I don't care what they could display what they see, but you could tell body language and how they operate. I just don't, because the only way for Caitlyn to be Caitlyn, they're gonna have to move on for Kelsey Mitchell. They're gonna have to move on for Kelsey Mitchell and allow that team to be developed around Caitlyn and AB. And you're gonna have to get rid of a coach like Stephanie White because it's never gonna be that way. She traveled, Williams traveled. Get Up says a lot of microaggression. I agree. Yeah. I'm not telling you, it don't take a rocket scientist to see this stuff, man. It's just you gotta understand. Ooh, you don't get this. You got to pay attention to a lot of things that's going on with this team. See, to be honest with you, the Warner Bonner situation, it probably was a tipping point. The Warner Bonner felt like she was the first veteran to resign to this team, and they probably told her something and went totally against it. Went totally against it. And started looking at Natasha Howard because Natasha Howard was drafted by them, and Kelsey Mitchell, and they started. And you could probably see there probably was some friction between all of that situation with them in there. All the By the time Sophie hits a three, I like when she hits the three. So I'm just telling y'all, there's a lot going on behind this team. I think you can see the play on the court, how they operate. How certain players play with each other, and certain players play with other each other. Sophie. So I just think that it's a lot has to do with Sophie for three again, foul. So that's what I'm talking about. Melo, let me get into your comment real quick. Hey, watching Super podcast with CC needs to run as fast as possible with. Oh yeah, what she need to do. Need to demand a trade, and they're not gonna trade her, but she needs to demand a trade and force them to get rid of Stephanie White. That's what she needs to do. To me, that's what she needs to do. She needs to demand a trade and force them to get rid of Stephanie White. And if they don't get rid of Stephanie White, guess what? Trade me somewhere else. Well, I'm standing on what I'm saying 2 months ago. The only thing I want to hear White is she's quitting, retiring, or getting fired. Facts. Get Up says Kelsey Mitchell has a passive aggressive problem. Hmm. 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 Because I remember last year she wasn't forthcoming when Caitlyn first got there. Christy Sides made sure she made sure that they worked together. Christy Sides made sure, but she wasn't forthcoming. Cause see, one thing about Christy Sides that she didn't do, she didn't cater to the veterans. Kelsey Mitchell was the veteran on that team, and she brought Erica Wheeler with her and Christy Wallace over there. Christy Sides brought them over there. Lynn Dunn went out and signed Katie Lou Samuelson. They drafted Lexi Hall. They drafted AB. They drafted Victoria Saxon. So Kelsey Mitchell was the only person on the team that was a veteran at that point in time. And when they got Christy Sides didn't cater to her. Christy Sides made her play the style of play that they needed her to play. So now you get rid of Christy Sides and you bring in Stephanie White. And guess what Stephanie White does? She changed it up, catered to all the veterans. That's why you see now there's no accountability for Kelsey Mitchell out there on the court. I don't care about her scoring all these points or doing all of this. It's just the fact of the matter is Kelsey Mitchell she doesn't have a leash. She does not have a leash. She is giving free will to do whatever it is. But as soon as Caitlin come back, or Caitlin was back at one point in time, guess what happened? Caitlin gets benched for 2 turnovers. Caitlin gets benched because she shot 3 threes in 38 seconds. Then Caitlin standing over there on the baseline, and Natasha Howard's dribbling, and doesn't even look for her, and Caitlin's up there clapping her hand. That could have been another foul on Boston with that. And see, so I'm gonna get to all y'all comments real quick because I'm going through everything. Melon Yellow is it was amazing, wasn't it, when she said that you had to read between the lines? Yeah, you had to read between it. If y'all listen to that podcast with Sue Bird, if y'all listen to what Caitlin is really, really saying, she does not like Stephanie White. Even though she's smiling for the camera, joking with Sue Bird, but you could tell when she talked about her being benched, oh, she meant what she said. Sophie with another 3, that's what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm telling y'all. All you gotta do is read between lines. Caitlin, she don't want to play for her. And Stephanie White wouldn't. I mean, Christy Sides would never ever have put Caitlin in a situation if she was injured. As much as like I said, much as we was on Christy Sides last year for some of the things she did, rightfully so, but she would have never allowed Caitlin to be out there to get hurt like that. Oh, Mello she told me to do a special podcast on some. Oh, I have a video coming on that, Mello. Pass it. Oh my God, Mitchell, you could have been past that to Sophie. Could have been past the ball, Sophie. She wanted to take that ball. She wanted to take that shot. She wanted to shoot that. How they say shoot her shot. She wanted to shoot her shot. But yeah, Mello, I am doing a video on it because I got a lot the detail to go into that and everything like that. So I feel like because even though I'm telling y'all some of the stuff on here now as the game going on, I still think that a lot of it I'm going to iterate back into that video because there's a lot we need to be paying attention to. Get up, say what shocked me is it was dawned on me with the first when we seen genuine positive emotion and reinforcement was the first time Aari had success on the squad. Yeah, and you noticed something too. You noticed something from that, right? With Aari, when Aari first got there, she played well, and then when she got signed to the rest of the season, on top of that, right? Look how Kelsey Mitchell went up, started gravitating to her, started pulling her away from everybody else and trying to like mold her into whatever it is. And guess what? What happened? You started seeing Aari McDonald play different. Started doing the same things Kelsey Mitchell doing. Started being a ball hog. start not passing the ball, start taking shots, driving to the basket. All of that is influence. You got to pay attention to this stuff, man. You got to pay attention to it. This is what I one thing about me, I'm a very logic thinker. I watch, I see things, I understand it from all kind of ways because I have a really good background on a lot of different things. I'm not gonna explain too much to it on here, but you got to pay attention to people's body language. You got to see how they navigate, how they move. Because Aari McDonald, she was a sweetheart when she first came with the team. She was chilling. She wanted to do everything she needed to do. All of a sudden, her attitude started changing. She started gravitating away, started doing the same things Kelsey Mitchell does. Same thing Natasha Howard does. Ball hogging, not wanting to pass to Sophie or Lexi, or now and also Chloe Bibby. Because once they get hot and they get the crowd start cheering for them, they feel like, okay, you know what? It's my turn. Uh, Let me go to this one. I remember when Kelsey was at the press table waiting on CC. She had a snide little bar about time spent signing for fans. I might have to been the first. It might have been the first home game. Yeah, and see, that's the thing about it is Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah. Is she could she be a sweet person? Yeah, she could be a sweet person. I ain't got nothing against her. I just don't like how she plays on the court. And that's my thing. I don't like how she play on the court. I don't like the selfish play on the court. I don't like how she move. I don't like how she operate right now. She operated so differently last year. This year, she feel like, oh, well, they signed me back. They need me. So I guess what they said, well, I'm not. And I guarantee you this. I promise y'all this. I bet when they courted her back, I guarantee she said, I want to be the focal point of the offense, not Caitlin. I bet you Kelsey Mitchell told them in that meeting, I want to be the focal point of the team. I've been here longer than her. I deserve this. Guess what? They said, okay, we'll make you the focal point. And now you're starting to see it. You're starting to see it all playing out. You think it's an accident Caitlin get hurt and Kelsey Mitchell starting to get all the shine now? Because Kelsey Mitchell knows if Caitlin wasn't hurt, she wouldn't be getting the shine that she is. She would be getting talked about, but it would have been all about Cece. Yeah, she looks off Caitlin a lot of times. Oh, come on, Bib. Dang, baby. Oh, she's going to hit one before this game died out. I definitely had noticed. Miller, I'm telling you, you definitely be on it. I'm telling you, that's one thing I admire about you when you come into the stream and you comment on my videos. You bring a lot of awareness. You know what I'm saying? I do appreciate it so much from you. I appreciate all of y'all actually in the stream. Y'all really is what keeps me doing all of this because y'all give feedback to me. Y'all ask me questions. Y'all listen to my thoughts. I ain't saying I'm always right, but sometimes I am. I hate to say it. Melo said, I definitely noticed, and I don't think that your take offense to this, but the tribalism is so strong. Oh yeah, it is. It is strong. I mean, if you ain't paying attention to what's really going on, then I don't know what to tell you. It's so much going on. You know what I'm saying? You already see how the league operate. You see how the the and to me, I won't say the owner of the France of the Fever. I think it's more of the operation underneath, like um Kelly and Amber. To me, I think it's more so Amber. CC knew Taj wasn't passing that ball. Yeah, she knew that. Once she passed it to her and she was clapping back, she wasn't getting that ball back. He said, "Damn time to mute the TV." This game is too close. Remember what White likes to lose games in the second. Oh yeah, she'll lose a game in the second half. All right, so it's halftime right now, guys. So that was a fast second quarter versus the first quarter, by the way. So right now, um, everybody on the Chicago Sky scores, except for three people that haven't played: Haley Van Lith and Angel Reese, who's out. Actually, Angel Reese didn't even travel with the team today. So Howard got 7, Boston got 10, Mitchell got 12, Sophie got 10, Lexi got 5, Dantas got 2, Tipson got 2, Bibby only has 0, but she's shooting. She's 0 for 4 from the field. She's 0 for 3 from 3. She played 9 minutes so far. She got 2 rebounds, so that's what it is. Aliyah Boston, 1 foul. Cunningham, 1 foul. Howard, 1 foul. Bibby, 1 foul. So Lil Boston Mitchell had 6 assists. Um in Boston. So I guess they got Mitchell playing point a little bit more or whatever the case might be. Honestly, Marty, I'm not glazing, but you are the most. Oh man, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Um, Um, I appreciate that. Get up said, honestly, Marty, I'm not glazing, but you are the most genuine. You deserve more views. I'm gonna watch every game with you from now on. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. I have a lot of people that comment on my videos. I don't even know if they subscribe to my channel or not, but a lot of them have told me that they said that my channel should be bigger than what it is. I don't know. I'm what I'm doing. I'm doing. I just want people to continue to comment, subscribe to the channel, come into the live streams, join the channel as members. Um, I do, like I said, I am working on a rebranding of my brand. I'm working. I have a designer that's working behind the scenes that's doing everything for me. Rebranding my logo, rebranding my website. I'm gonna have an official website. I've been doing some of my blog writing a little bit. Usually I do a blog writing to a video of mine and then write a column for it and then just post it in a thing. I'm gonna have a lot of things on that website. I'm rebranding my merchandise store and everything like that. So it's a lot of things that is coming this way, and I want to get back to y'all. So once my rebranding comes, probably in another 2 to 3 months, once it's all laid down, I um definitely want to give back to y'all because y'all been really supportive and everything, and I can't I if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't even be sitting in this chair right now. So thank you, and like I say, continue to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the things. If you're not a member of the channel, please join to be a member of the channel. It's what I'm not as big as some of the guys out there. Some of the ones that I follow. That I like their work, but my take is totally different from everybody else. Everybody has their own take, but I just, being an older person, I see things differently. I see things, a little bit more. I don't think with my feelings. I don't. I try to be as vices or clear. Sometimes I do lighten up. I have fun. I like to laugh and whatever. But it's just the thing about it is that I love when y'all give me feedback. I love when y'all ask questions. That's one thing I love about it because if you notice in my videos, even when y'all comment and stuff, I try to comment back to y'all, talk to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, I feel like that's the most important part of being a content creator is talking back to your audience, understanding your audience. We might not agree all the time, but I don't take it personal. If you don't agree with me, you'll say, well, hey, I don't agree with that. I'm like, you know what? Hey, I understand that. But I don't never take it personal. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. I just love what I do and I love how y'all come and support. Tell us a different topic for a second, Marty. If the World Series is in Toronto this year, are you coming for up for? Hey, I will. I will. I promise. If the World Series is in Toronto this year, I will come up for a game. I promise. Definitely. You got a deal. So we just got to keep stay. We got to stay close and pay attention to it. I will do that. Thank you, Mellow Yellow. I appreciate it. Mellow said you're doing great, man. I remember when you only had 50 views. But yeah, that was it back then. Yeah. So it takes time to keep up the yeah. I'm honestly I'm very patient in what I do. I don't. I mean, if somebody get like 50 views and I probably get 100, it don't matter to me, because the video will still progress itself throughout, because people going might not miss, they might not see it the first time, but they might come back to it and just, start liking it, start reading it, like the views will go up. So I know what it feels like to grind from the bottom of YouTube and get to this point, and I never forget where I started from, because I put in the work every day, hard work. I don't bash other content creators. I don't talk bad about them and stuff. I might not agree with some of the stuff they do, but I get them a lot of love and respect, because I respect what they do, because they're doing the same thing I'm doing. And even though some of them bigger than me, I just don't worry about that, because I know my time is coming. I am glad you dropped the intro that had Bonner in it, though. Yeah, I had the original one and then I changed it up a little bit. So yeah, but don't worry, I'm gonna have, by the time the season start around again, I'm gonna have a whole new intro. But I'm gonna still keep my original intro. My original intro is good. Your channel should be 7 times bigger than what it is. Yeah, it is. And so I work on it every day. I definitely work on it every day to continue to improve. So like I say, it's just you know y'all out there, it's just you gotta bring them to me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta bring it to me. They're like, hey, yeah, just say, hey, bring them all. Word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever y'all doing, just like, hey, but check out this person. Boom, 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 whatever the case may be. So and sometimes word of mouth is one thing that y'all out there, y'all be around that space a lot. You know, y'all could be like, hey, so get up get up say you always bring a take that isn't disingenuous in other YouTubers videos. A lot of them sort of piggyback off each other, but you always have your own original. Exactly. Because let me tell y'all something. I'm a writer first and a poet second. I know how to be original. I know how my take's supposed to be. I don't use I I might watch some of the stuff other people talk about, but I give my own logic take to it. I give my take to where how I see it. I don't like, and I'm gonna tell you, big shout out to Adrian Ross, because she actually taught me this. Because when I used to be on, we heard did some live streams together, and one thing I remember her said, she said she never watches other people's videos before she do hers. She always wants to do hers to get her perspective, and that stuck with me. That little piece of information stuck with me, because I don't want to watch other people's videos. Because once I get my information, I put it together. I want to get my own take now. Then once I get my own take and I go back and watch this, I say, okay, yeah, they said this different. But most of the times, once I have my idea for my video, I already know what I want to say. I already know what in my mind, what I'm trying to think or what I'm about to say in that wholeheartedly. So the hardest thing to do is move away from the generic into specifically, and originality. Oh yeah, if you don't know how to be original, if you don't know how to think in certain specific way of how to create your channel, how you want your channel to be perceived, and everything like that. And if you're looking at somebody else's, and then you might take some take, and then the thing about it is, at the end of the day, you you're not being genuine to yourself. You have to be genuine to yourself. You don't alter yourself to because somebody how somebody else's success is going, because your success is going to be based on theirs, and then if you don't get the same success rate they did, then guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be great, and people going to turn away, from you, and you're going to be wondering why my channel is not growing the way it's supposed to. I take time out in my channel every day, whether if I'm putting out a short, or I'm putting out a video, or I'm gonna communicate on X. I even post some of my stuff on X a lot. You know, so yeah, oh yeah. I guess get up. You was talking about how like word of mouth. Yeah, word of mouth, because y'all out in that space. Like y'all might be on X, y'all might be on Facebook, y'all might be on other people's channel, whatever. Y'all might have connections to other people. Word of mouth helps a lot of people channel. A lot of people say, "Hey, I like this person take." You might need to check this person out. I will communicate with a lot of people that are probably subscribers on my channel, and they always talk to me. They always give me feedback. I remember one guy, he gave me so much feedback. He was like, "Hey," because I didn't have a backdrop at one time, and I needed to get one. And he said, "Do this, do that," and I changed the whole concept of look at that time. And he was like, "Boom, good." And I'm still in the process of still revamping a lot of things. That's why, like, I'm not so worried about stuff at when it comes down to it. So, but again, I just try to do things. I just try to do things the best way I know how. I don't try to, you know, like some people, they like to cut up and joke and laugh and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do laugh and a lot. Even though y'all know, like me and Nikki we always do a live stream together all the time. And her channel was small, and I felt like, me personally, I'm not as big as some of the others, but I say, hey, let me team up with somebody who has a small channel that I could help bring spotlight to and grow too. Because that's what how long I had my channel get up. Ooh, I have to go back and look. I gotta go back and look real quick. Um because it took me a while to get to this point. To be honest, get up. It took me a while to get to this point. I mean, I really been like working. Let me see. Mm, I gotta look. It doesn't give me. I had this channel for a while. Oh, okay, yeah. I only had this channel for 2 years, since March 2023. I created this channel March 2023. So, and I had 2 million, over 2 million views since that time, since I started. Should be more than that. So yeah. So yeah, so it's 2 years now. So it took me 2 years, to get to 9,000 subscribers. Um, my goal is, I don't hopefully, by the next month or so, I could get to 10. I always put a little goal to myself, say, hey, I want to get to 10, in another month or two, then 11, 12, whatever the case might be. So yeah. So 2023, March 2023 I had my channel that long. All right, guys. So the second half has started, and the Fever has the ball, and they still up 37. Oh, Lexi with the and one. That you know what? That's what I miss about Lexi Hall. Her actually her ability to drive to the basket, hit her mid range shot. She was doing that so well early in the season, and then she kind of like got away from it. Oh, mm. But you know something about this game I'm watching. See, when Aari or Sid was here, now they forced to have to pass the ball. Colson should have been fouled, but it's all right. I'm not sure if panels are your thing, but joining Courtside Junkies panel once in a while could get you more. Yeah, me and him have talked. Actually, we have talked. Just I just don't know when he has his live stream and But I always told him, we actually exchanged emails and stuff. Um, I I have joined panels and stuff like that. So I be always try to like wait to the opportunity if I'm not doing that because sometimes he'll pop up and everything like that. And me and him had a conversation, and definitely told him that I want to, come on his panel, when he do a live and stuff like that. Me and Chocolate, we did something. Me and Pope haven't did anything yet. We have talked about doing something. But me, Pope, Adrian Ross had me, Pope, and Rudy on there. I do want to do something with Black and White Sports. He has a big following too. So I'm me personally. I do want to tell y'all this. Jason Whitlock's PR has reached out to me to be on this show, so I'm just waiting for the call, whenever it is. So when that takes place, I wish Stephen A. Smith would do something like what Jason Whitlock doing, inviting content creators on the show, giving them more exposure and stuff, and get to see the minds of how we operate on this other side, you know. So I think that could be good for Mitch who got it up. I think that would be good for somebody like Stephen A. Smith. I even think Skip Bayless should do it. Reach out. I think it would be good. So, but but yeah, I definitely would try to. I'm gonna try to reach out to. Hmm, I think I'll definitely. Yeah, I definitely will try to like reach out with courtside junkies. Just to hang out with him a little bit. So Aliyah Boston has moved up third in blocks in history. She's behind Tammy Sutton Brown and Tamika Catchings. Man, Tamika Catchings on everything. Yeah, Kelsey did got robbed at the paint. So I didn't know this, but when the Fever line up tonight on the court, they left 3 empty spaces available for all the injured players. So that's pretty good. I like Rebecca Allen. She would have been a good addition. Rebecca Allen would have been a good addition to the Fever. How would I think if you don't have a better shot move in the paint, if you don't have a better shot off the paint, I think you should kick the ball out automatically. Oh, nice. I wonder why they cannot ball move like that. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all see that ball movement sequence? Sophie came down with the ball. She passed it. She passed it to AB. AB gave it a handoff to Lexi. Lexi dribble drive in, didn't have the shot, and she kicked it back to Sophie. Sophie drive in and kick it back to Mitchell for a shot. That's Caitlin got to be careful with her groin injury. Brianna January just had a catcher for a minute. So, and this is why it so annoys me sometimes because this team does not. They can pass like that all the time. If they pass like that all the time, they will be way better. Ooh, somebody knocked Lexi Hall down. Can we still sign players this season? Yeah, more than one. Um, the thing about it is that they'll be able to get a hardship person after this game, but they'll most likely they're gonna have to suspend one of their. They're gonna have to suspend either Aari contract or Aari contract or Sid contract to bring two back to have 12. If they're gonna have any chance for Caitlin, if Caitlin supposedly comes back this year, they're gonna have to suspend them contracts. Just like New York did with Benaj Delaney Hamilton. She got injured, they kept her on there, and guess what they did? They suspended her contract for the rest of the season, and they was able to bring in more players, sign more players, because they wouldn't have been able to get somebody like Emma Missima if they didn't suspend her contract and waive players. So to me, waive like they down 9. Caitlin's still injured. If she came back, they get them 10. They still then you still got two bodies down. So you still would need to either suspend them contracts. They're gonna get paid anyway, you know what I'm saying? And then just go ahead and bring in two more people. If they decide who they want to bring. That's the thing. Who are they gonna bring in? But one thing I do say this, it's gonna be interesting to see who the Fever bring in tomorrow. Because they have to have somebody in by Tuesday. I think they can sign a hardship player after tonight's game. Yeah, after this game, they could bring in a hardship player. I wonder if they already have somebody in mind who they're gonna bring in. There was I know Chloe Peterson had said that they could bring in, or Jalen Sherrod already got signed to the link, so that scratch off the. I know she said something about DJ DJ Kelly. Um, There was Ariel, Sonia, Serena Sadell, and Ariel Powers. So to me, that I've been wanting Ariel Powers on the Fever for a minute because she's another stretch. She a guard. She can handle the dribble, and she's bigger. I think her and Cece around the same height. Plus, she can shoot the three a little bit, and she's when I say defense, she can play defense. You know, I don't look at career stats and all that. I know, and Ariel Powers won a championship with Minnesota. Ariel Powers won a championship. Me personally, I would get her and Sonia Sadell, a young guard that you could keep on the team. That's a rookie that you could add to this team. You could have Ariel Powers start. You could have Sadell back her up. You know what I'm saying? And then with Caitlin come, you can move Ariel Powers on the bench, switch her or Sadell and have that backup, you know what I'm saying, to run the point. Or if you want to go DJ Kelly for more scoring opportunity, then I will bring in something like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do. But me personally, I want Ariel Powers. I really want her because she plays defense, and that's what you need. You have her defensive grit, her tenacity, the way Sophie plays too, and Lexi. That's what right then and there you won't have to worry about it because guess what? You can have somebody like Ariel Powers match up against somebody like a DJ Carrington. She fights it. She gets into it. She loves it. She gets into it. That's you have another person like Ariel Powers playing with Sophie, and when Caitlin comes back, you have that. You ain't got to worry about that. They would definitely will stir the pot up. The Ariel Powers, she do not back down for nobody. She went. Oh, the stuff that Kelsey Plum be doing. Ariel Powers, she had beef with Kelsey Plum last year when Ariel Powers was playing with Atlanta. She got she got all up on Kelsey Plum. See, that's the kind of person you need. Ooh, Bibby almost stole it again. So yeah, me personally, Ariel Powers would be a good person because like a Kelsey Plum, DJ Carrington, you need somebody to match that kind of energy with them. And she can rebound. She gets to the basket. So it's gonna be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Mm. Do you think they will increase the number of players you can protect from the expansion? Oh, they should. I think they should increase to eight. I think they should increase to eight, two more instead of six. That I think that to me, I feel like that's a good way to go. I have so many ideas about how this team Boston. Oh, if Lexi hurt. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she twists her ankle. She twists her ankle. Oh, dang, man. We don't need no more injuries, bro. We don't need no more injuries. For real. Man, Rebecca Allen would have been a great asset for the Fever. Yeah, Lexi's going to the locker room. Hope she could come back. Come on, Mitchell. Bibby's wide open. Bibby's wide open. Oh my gosh. This is why Kelsey Mitchell will get hurt. She's gonna get hurt because she don't know how to pass the ball and reset. She keeps dribbling, trying to force it down, and she's gonna get. Kelsey Mitchell's gonna get injured. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do is kick it out to Bibby, and Bibby would have probably gave it the ball back to you to reset. Stop trying to force up shots. I just
Now, as far as their momentum, look at all the injuries. Caitlin Clark, no timetable for her return. Colson out with a torn left ACL. McDonald, the broken foot, also out for the rest of the season.
mm-mm. I know Arnold. Come on, Tip. We don't need pass the ball. There you go. Ain't nobody can stop Dantes with that fadeaway, man. Dantes can't get no. That fadeaway is lethal. I remember the game that we beat Phoenix a week ago, and Dantes had 18 that spin cycle. Oh my goodness, it had looked so. Rachel Bannon remind me of a Marina Mabry. She's streaky, and she was with Connecticut last year. And Stephanie White buried her on the bench. She hardly ever got playing. See, see this. Oh my God, Mitchell. She's gonna get hurt. I'm telling y'all, Mitchell's going to get hurt because she tries to. You ain't got to do it all. Y'all leading by 14. Y'all leading by 14. All you got to do is kick it out, reset, get a good shot. You want to continue dribble drive. Mitchell's gonna get hurt. But yeah, what I was saying that Rachel Banner was before Marina Mabry, they traded it out. Rachel Banner was on Indiana on Connecticut, and she hardly ever got into playing time in the game. And when Marina Mabry came over there, just took over her spot. Marina Mabry had got more playing time than Rachel Banner.
Washington at Dallas at 4 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Then Tuesday, Dallas at Indiana, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. And then Wednesday,
I gotta go to my game caps real quick. Fever up 66 was 52, 68, 52. Lexi's back on the bench. Lexi's back on the bench, guys, so she's good. One thing I ain't gonna lie, Dantes, if you fall on the floor, whatever, she does come by and check on you. She checks on you. Sophie hurt. She took a hard fall just now.
we're still in the third quarter.
She, but Sophie comes back and hit a three. Me personally, I think Haley Van Lith would have been a good backup point guard to Caitlin. We up 20 points. Man, Cunningham she be knocking it down. Cunningham she had a bruise on her other eye last game. Now she got a cut onto this eye this game. Oh, Mitchell did hit her with that hezzy. Golly, that hezzy was ooh, that was nasty. That was nasty. That hezzy was nasty. I gotta give her that. Rachel Banner is the leading scorer for doggone Chicago with 11 points. Mitchell got 21. Cunningham with 14. Boston with 15. Howard with 7. Only 19 minutes. I wonder why. Tipson 5 points. Johnson's 4. Lexi Hall got 8 points. Cunningham be lighting it up from the arc though. To me, to be honest with you, besides Caitlin, Sophie Cunningham is probably our next best 3-point shooter. She's probably our next best 3-point shooter on this team. She's been, I'm telling you, she has scored over 12 points, 12 plus points in six or what now 6 straight games. Yeah, like I said, yeah, Mel. I think the roster, um, having a roster, increase to 8 instead of 6, and then like for coring to keep them, and then go to from what we have 12 to 14 on a team, just in case situations like this where you still have some depth to work with. Um, yeah, shallow Lexi, she hurt her ankle, but she's back now. She's back now. And then you think about it. To me, I still say this. I think the league needs to look into. They need to look into the collective bargaining, figure out some way to bring some kind of development G League to the WNBA. There is too many players out there that's not even playing. That could be instead of playing wait to play in AAU or on rival or overseas, they could be playing in a league, a development league like how they do in the NBA during the season. And guess what? If a person get hurt, guess what? You can easily pull somebody from there that's already in shape, ready to roll and play for a team. You don't have to wait to call somebody off their couch and they ice cold and you got to get them in there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's something that needs to be development. You know,
Save up to $5,000 on a brand new Bronco at Lake Kiwi Ford. Let's take a look at the game summary.
so the Fever is getting 15 to 19 free throws. No, they're 15 out of 19 for free throws. 3 point, they 7 for 19. Rebounds, they down 2. Steals 5. So yeah. Yeah, we definitely needed they needed some kind of G League. I don't it don't make sense to have all of these undeveloped talent and then they don't never get to play. And then you have a draft that's what 3 rounds, and half of these players get cut before training camp, and you don't even hear from them no more unless somebody get injured.
Lexi Hall back on the floor.
Lexi's back on the floor.
Indiana having the highest scoring quarter of the game and the balance scoring. 3 players to double figures. Mitchell with 21, Cunningham with 14, and Boston with 15 as they now head to the over Chicago. Finish quarter 3, no good. Rebound Cunningham. Charging ahead, big time collision between Ariel Atkins and Lexi Hall, and fortunately both players get up with a smile, and nobody wants to see
Hmm.
that with all the injuries involved.
Hmm. Plus, they are spanning so much that they need to find players who are good, but just haven't been noticed. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. They moving so fast that they need to figure out something.
This game has been a welcome sight for her after the tours that she dealt with.
Mm. Uh, just Marty still on the CBA. Instead of just more pay, maybe teams could pay bonuses to players for each win that would incentivize the players to work together to win games, not just. But yeah, that's something that they could put in place too. Because the fact of the matter, you got to think about it. How look what the NFL does when they get a contract, and if they don't want to pay them a big contract, what they do, they front up the money. They front up like bonus money. Say a contract is 128 million, right? Half say 65 of that is bonus money. Then what they do is take the rest of that contract and stretch it out for years. The the Indiana Fever, I mean not the Indiana Fever, but the WNBA, they could do that in Lexi with a three. Woo! Lexi has come alive in this game. I am so happy for her. I am so happy for her. This is the kind of game she needed. So somebody hit another three for the Fever. I'm trying to get the update on it. Um, so my thing is this here is that oh Lexi is hot today. She hit back to back. She hit Lexi done hit two back to back threes. She done came alive in this game, guys. Alive. I'm gonna get back to my conversation real quick. Give me 1 second. Lexi is three from 3 point land, and she has 14 points in the game. They are 9 for 22 from three. So Sophie has three, she has three, Mitchell has three. They're the only ones hit from three. So Lexi got 14 points. May, if they get some, I'm gonna say this. Maybe they find two people just to come off the bench and have her, Sophie, and Aliyah doing start. And where you don't have you might not have a premier ball handler, but all of them could touch the ball. That might could work. Our coaches are happier than I ever seen them tonight. Vibes are finally feeling. I don't buy none of that because they know they was under scrutiny. They was under scrutiny. I think. See, when you had like having Sophie and Lexi in the starting lineup at the same time works because yeah, you might have Mitchell, but you still need a general point guard. Sophie gives them that balance because she's going to move the ball around. You know what I'm saying? Teams ain't gonna pressure them like they pressure Caitlin. So it's easy for them to move the ball around. They got to continue that because like I said, they play three different teams. They got Chicago, they got the Mystics, they got um Dallas. Them teams they could play, and we don't even know if Paige gonna even play in some of them games because they've been keeping her out for rest. I guess she's low management since she has weak knees. We have a lot of 3 point shooters. The problem is when the players ball hog. Exactly. When they ball hog, that just makes the team don't get stay in sync. If you move the ball around to the open person and allow them to shoot the ball, they can hit shots. You don't have to do it all the time. You don't have to like ball hog all the time. Like Aari, that's what I was saying. Aari, even though I like her, but she started to develop that same mentality that Kelsey Mitchell was doing, ball hogging the ball all the time. Just tunnel vision, not looking to move. You see all of them on the floor now. They move the ball. John says all of them, they move the ball. So That's me. That's my point. But anyway, let me go back to what I was saying. Is that I feel like like how the NFL does with the bonuses. Or the NBA. I like it the way the NFL does. Like, say I'm signing you to $120 million contract and I'm paying you 70 of it up front in bonus money. Guess what? Then I stretch out the rest of your contract. You can't complain about getting paid. Everything else is incentive of like, hey, okay, I make the All-Star team. Okay, I get a bonus, a small bonus for that, or I get a bonus for this if I eclipse a certain amount of assists or whatever the rebounds in the game. That's what I would do instead of trying to pay them. Oh, Lexi missed that one. So, oh, wait, we have a Breonna Turner sighting on the floor, guys. Breonna Turner. Oh, Bree with the block. Sophie is she doing it? Mm. See, Baby done been on the bench so long, she gets so cold. Lexi, I mean, oh, oh, nice give and go between Sophie and Lexi. Nice give and go. I like that. That's unselfish play basketball right there. That's unselfish basketball. Not trying to take it all the way and get your points. You know what I'm saying? This is what makes the Fever fun when you have unselfish basketball play, not just selfish. Let me get in there. If y'all notice, Natasha Howard has been on the floor. Mm, Dunst just lost the ball on that one. Man, Baby's so active though. Her hands and she's so active with her hands. I am still posting that the Fever needs a different. Oh yeah, they definitely need a different coach. I'm not saying but I love how they playing. They're playing freely. That's what I want them to do. If 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 Stephanie White allowed them to play like this freely, this team will be more fun to watch. When you don't allow them to play freely, this is how we fell in love with them in the second half of the season. So exactly, agree. The bonuses will make the team and the players work harder because guess what? If you don't perform well, you don't get that bonus. Just like in the NFL, wide receivers, they have to eclipse a certain amount of receptions. They have to have a certain amount of yards. Even running backs, certain amount of carries, run yards or touchdowns. And guess what? And they don't if they don't meet that, they don't get that that bonus for that year. So to me, that's what I think. You have a structure like that. I have to admit I was wrong. White can't manufacture a loss today. Yeah, trust me, that would have been bad on her. Kill Nurse is garbage. Ooh, Dodgers should have took it down in the paint more. I like Van Lift. We we still up 20, but we need a timeout. Wow, Stephanie White calls a timeout when we up 20. I wonder why we can't do that in regular games.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend designed to hydrate just water. Oh yeah, you're looking at one of the newest reasons to love Red Lobster. New seafood points, turning crab fest into a crab feast. That's the look of real happiness. Served daily only at Red Lobster.
Time to go. All have a great weekend. Great show, Marty. Thanks. All right, Shallow man. Enjoy your weekend, man. Right. These are not Stephanie White plays. These are really yeah. Because it's not that hard to allow your team to play freely. You got to be able to play freely.
Oh man, stress.
You got to be able to play freely. If you don't allow your team to play freely and you keep them uptight all the time, if this team was to play like this all the time, it'll be hard for teams to really play against them, play them, or whatever the case may be.
Warning, the following footage is misleading. There will be no showboating, no trash talk. Just defensive player of the year to face a Collier making you think you have a chance. You don't. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the W.
Mm-mm. Sky is Sky is 12. This isn't a win that they needed to be happy about. If they lose to the Sky, it would be oh yeah. I think that if they I think if they had lose to this team, hold on. I think that if the Sky had beat the Fever and they came and lose this game, the, Stephanie Whitehead would have been on the platter after this game. She would not have been able to deal with this.
5:10 left in this ball game, and Eyes we take a
So
look at the
yeah.
standings, and there is a lot of traffic in spots 5, 6, and 7 in the playoff hunt, but then also don't count out the Sparks as they are trying to get themselves back to the playoff race.
And you know what's funny though? If you look at the Chicago Sky team, they not really a bad team. I just don't think they got the players to compete, but I think that the offensive philosophy for them is wrong for the Sky. And I think in the offseason, they're gonna have to move. Like if they gonna keep Elizabeth Williams, those tips and muscle that if you're gonna keep Elizabeth Williams, you're gonna have to move either Angel Reese or Camila Cardoza. You're gonna have to move one of them. You're gonna have to find, and then you're gonna have to find if they're gonna bring back Vandersloot next year, they're gonna have to figure out they got players on this team that could contribute. They need an offensive identity on this team. So, but that's just what I think. I didn't even know it was 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. Hall missed that one.
The last two, but you mentioned just a terrific bounce back performance. A little miscommunication there. Another steep by the Fever as Hall races it down the floor. A timeout called by Indiana defense. Can't believe it. Doncic was wide open for a three. Felt like they got robbed. Caitlin Clark booing the timeout call. Everything going Indiana's way at this moment. I can't do it. The gap. It's just too big. We're going to After my hospital stay, Black helped close the gap by taking cash for expenses. Health insurance didn't cover. Nothing covers gaps better than Black. Health expenses, health insurance doesn't cover. Find an agent, get a quote at Black.com. You do look like me. Welcome to the new school year, parents. No, this has a back. Good thing you can order it all in one tap, Dave. Walmart's got it all. Who knew? I do. Crazy hair day? No. Nobody ever does. You gotta serve the lunch and the look. Yours is weird. It's custom. So many outfits. It's Walmart prices. It's gonna be a very good year.
Why in the hell was Stephanie like all of that time out there? I don't know why. She just I don't even know. Saw some people online yesterday being very disrespectful to us. Like, see, they owe her. I man, to me personally, I get down on I get on the players when it's necessary to get on players, but I know Lexi has her struggles, and she's been playing defense on some of these teams' best player, and the thing about it is that she hasn't really had she she hasn't had the open looks like she had in this game, and they haven't been passing to her like that. And the thing about it is with her, you know, she's playing so much defense, and guess what it is? Her shot, she's tired, and her shot is not falling like it's supposed to. So therefore, you're not gonna see her score. Oh, nice. Tipson almost had that. Why was Stephanie White call a timeout at the point that was,
But a Florida State product that is surely making the most in her rookie season with the Fever.
and she was coming off the bench to where before she was getting more playing time. Yeah, and she was a starter. And then she switched it up. She went with the veteran, and that's the thing. She went with all of the veterans. What Sophie has produced. To me, I think Sophie has produced way beyond what she has done. And Natasha Howard has been rocky road. To me personally, before the injuries, I would have switched Lexi back to the starting lineup. I think she probably would have started playing better, and she would have played better and had Natasha Howard come off the bench. I mean, at some point you got to start going with your younger players. Period. Sophie's not that old anyway. She's still in her 20s, I think. So me personally, I would have went with younger players. A, a much faster team as well. The Fever move a lot better, it seems, when Howard's down. No, if you notice, they was playing.
The bench wants to review for Indiana. Tough turnovers for Indiana. It's offense. Kelsey Mitchell getting into passing lanes.
What's going on, Allen? Tipson with 7 rebounds in 14 minutes. It's like 20 rebounds per four. Yeah, yeah. Very impactful. That it is. That's what you consider an impact game because her presence, the way she moves, and everything. Well, it looks like the Sky will not beat the Fever this year at all because this is the fourth meeting and they have lost all four and they got one more meeting to go. I don't mind Sophie and Lexi on the floor more. I think that benefits them getting into a rhythm and hitting. Exactly. To me personally, I'd rather see Lexi, Sophie, Aliyah, Kelsey, and then another guard, or Caitlin. If you had them in there, that they would run the floor crazy and get to a whole lot of transition because you got to think Lexi will crash the board, Sophie. crash the ball. You already got Leah down there. You don't have the paint clogged up. That opens up a lot of opportunities for somebody like Aliyah Boston. You just have to. The only to me personally, I think that if the Fever gonna pick up another guard, they have to have a guard that is know how to pass the ball and get the ball to AB, not somebody that's score driven. You know, they could score a little bit, but get the passing correct. And that's what Aari McDonald, you didn't have that. You have somebody that can score and play defense, but you want somebody that can play defense and facilitate the offense and get their points where it need to be, not somebody that focused so much on their production. And that's where I think having Aari McDonald was the difference. That's a clean block by Brianna Bree Turner.
This continues the trend of Indiana's dominance over Chicago. 3 games this season, Indiana's won by 27, 45, and 19. And then you go back to last season, they also had a 15-point advantage.
Mm.
Taking control of this rivalry as of late.
And I think, honestly, I think if Bree Turner had got more opportunity, she probably would have performed a little bit better. And I think once they had drafted Tipson, she was going to be the odd man out. Now, watch, a lot of people going to start saying, oh, see, Mitchell came out her slump, this and that, and all of this and all of that. I mean, honestly, if Mitchell didn't even have the points she had, they still would have won because you had Lexi and all of them scoring. So, I mean, they really didn't need a lot from Mitchell in this game anyway. She's just scoring a lot of points. It's garbage time. So, Griner missed some shots when Doncic was against her because Griner couldn't just. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing about even though even though Doncic might not be the fastest, but when you playing against floor teams, she does pose a presence in that paint. I can't believe they had Mitchell and Lexi still in the game. It is so easy to get her. Yeah, exactly. But I don't even think you have a choice with. I will put Chloe back in the game for Lexi. Oh, Chloe is in the game. Oh, Lexi with another three. Boy, Lexi is she came alive this game. Lexi Hall, 17 points, plus minus 25. She needed this game, man. Lexi needed this game. She needed this game. Lexi needed this game. This is a game for Lexi. See what happens when you put Lexi back in the starting lineup? See, she thrives that way. That's why I say, to me, I will run with that same lineup and just have a backup point guard for either for Sophie. If Sophie's gonna be the starting point guard, point forward, Lau has somebody to come in to run it for her. I will run with this same lineup every game. I will not change nothing else. This starting lineup, and if Caitlin does come back, all you got to do is I would take Natasha Howard out the game, put her to the bench. When you put Lexi in, and her, if you had Lexi, Sophie, and Lexi, Sophie, and Caitlin in the starting lineup together, I guarantee you're gonna have more opportunities to score. Yeah, agree with that lineup. Is very good right now without Caitlin. Yeah, that lineup needs to stay. When Caitlin come back, I will move Natasha Howard to the bench. She's not giving you anything. To me, she has played well in some spurts here and there, a couple of games. But I'm telling you, if you want this right here to move faster, this offense to move faster, then you need to do the right thing and add Sophie Doom and let Natasha come off the bench with the Chloe, whoever you get as a backup starting guard or whatever the case may be. But again, I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there because we dealing with Stephanie White and she's not gonna do what we think is right. I really think we have the right players. It's just a matter of White making the right decision. Bam, there you go. That's all it is. It's just a matter of her making the right decision because she ain't gonna make the right decision.
Today, and it's a new 2025 Q60 Tron Quattro for $499 per month. The lowest price guaranteed period, plus 0% interest till September 2027. Wow, it definitely declines into
So
price pressure sale.
if you put Natasha on the bench, she will play bad just to get back at you for putting her on the bench. She was promised to start. Well, you know what? You know what? At the same time, um, she just have to get mad. To me, she just have to get mad. I couldn't watch the game today. Good to see Kelsey with 8 assists, but we where any of her assists to Lex. I think I don't know. To be honest with you, I really don't know, bro. I mean, it could have. It could have.
For $499, and get a 3-year maintenance plan only from your Carolina Ford dealer.
Steph may know defense, but CC needs to teach her about it. Oh yeah, definitely. If uh, if she plays bad, put her back on the bench. Yeah, I would. I would definitely will. I totally agree though to put her on the bench to start the others. Yeah, I sometimes you gotta one thing about if you see something that's working, say, look, sit down with Natasha and say, hey, I'm gonna bring you off the bench for a couple of games. I want to see how this lineup works. I want to see how it progresses. I want to see how it moves. I want to see how it does. If it works good, boom. If Natasha Howard got a issue with it, you got to think about it. She's an older player. If let me go to the statistical stats before we log off. I'm gonna go to the stats real quick. So check this out. The Fever beat them by 22 points tonight. All right. Rachel Banham had the higher score. She had 11. Westball came in with 10 off the bench. Allen had 9. Um, so you look at this. Mitchell had 26 points. We really didn't need her 26 points. She could have had half of that. She could have had 16 points, and we still would have won by 12 points. We would have won by 12. We would have won the game. So you got to think. Tipton had 7 off the bench for 17 minutes. Dantas had 18. Bibby played 21 minutes. She didn't score. She had 3 rebounds and 1 assist, but she was effective defensively. Lexi Hall had 17 points. She was 4 for 6 for the field. Sophie Cunningham 3 for 6 from the 3-point line, 16 points. Um, Mitchell had 26 points, 8 assists. You have Aliyah Boston, 1 foul throughout the whole game. She had 15 points. Natasha Howard had 19 minutes. She had 7 points in 19 minutes. 7 points in 19 minutes. You think she can't give you that off the bench? She can give you that same production off the bench. You don't need her to start for that. Because in some games she don't give you hardly nothing. She might give you a little bit more rebounds. She had 10 rebounds in the game, but you could get that off the bench. You can get that off the bench from her. You need scoring. You need scoring. All right, Arnold. Nice talking to you, man. Have a good weekend. I'll see you Tuesday night when we play the Wings. So hopefully tomorrow I got a lot of videos to drop here and there. Hopefully, I want to see who the Fever are going to pick up, and then go, do a video on that as well. Um, Rascal said, Allen, they are doing a little bit better with passing the ball, but White needs to address it. Stop icing out play. Yeah, agreed. With a full lineup, how it needs to come. Yeah, she needs to come on the bench. That's why I said she gave you 7 points today in 19 minutes. Yes, she gave you 10 rebounds. You still could get that same production from her off the bench. You don't need her in the starting lineup because she's really no scoring threat. The lineup that you had right here, minus Caitlin, gave you a lot. 4 in double figures. If you had Caitlin and Howard on the bench, how much you think that Caitlin's production, along with them playing defense, having all of that scoring, is going to do? It's going to be better because then you have more solid bench production. When you come in, you could easily bring Howard or Tipson or one of them in for each other. That's how you keep, if you want to, and stop playing that slow pace. Thank you for your time. All right, Melo, I appreciate you. Like I said, I'll be here Tuesday, but I'll probably work on a video tonight, so to speak, for tomorrow, and then I got some videos for throughout tomorrow too. And I got a meeting to discuss my rebranding tomorrow as well. So I'm gonna be Sunday's a little bit busy for me. All right, guys, y'all have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me as always. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. So the Fever bounced back with a 92-70 win over the Chicago Sky. Unfortunately, they have been beating up the Sky all season long, so it's nothing new. Mitchell lead scorer with 26. Kelsey Mitchell had 8 assists. Plus, Lexi Hall got out her shooting slump, had 32 minutes in the game, 17 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds as well. So, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe. If you ain't hit that notification bell, please do so. If you're not a member, hit that member join button for me. Until the next episode, Live Wire Sports, I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.